When my children, when they were small, it was my job to read every evening to my kids. I loved it. It was awesome to just every evening before they go to bed, to just read them a story. And I remember we had these stories from Thomas the Train Engine. And one of these stories just resonated with me. It was a story where Thomas had to go and rescue one of the trains in the mountain. And Thomas wasn't supposed to go to the mountain because he was a small train engine. But he was the only one that could do it. There was nobody else to go and help this train. So Thomas started this journey towards this train, and he had to go up this mountain. And I remember that while he was trying to go up this train track, he would say to himself, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And I remember my kids would say it with me, I think I can, I think I can. Now in the Bible, there's another Thomas. There's also a Thomas. There's a Thomas, and he was a disciple of Jesus. He was one of the 12. He was a friend of Jesus. And I want to tell you about Thomas today as well. Thomas is a very interesting person. And we see in the book of John talks about Thomas 3 times. And Thomas speaks in the book of John 3 times. Now, you need to understand that the writer of the book of John, he was very clear about faith. You either have faith or you don't. You're either a believer or you're an unbeliever. He talks about faith as a verb. It's something that you do. And he would talk about this faith for 89 times in his book. But then it's interesting when in this book where there's no gray, he speaks about Thomas. And I want to show you how Thomas fits in this in-between state. And sometimes we find ourselves in there as well. The first time we see Thomas speak is in John 11, verse 16. That's when Thomas, the one called the twin, said to his companions, come along, we might as well die with him. Now, just to give you the story is where Lazarus died. And Jesus was supposed to go and pray for Lazarus and resurrect Lazarus, but he didn't. And then Jesus decided, let's go. But the story, the talk of the town was, if Jesus goes back and his disciples goes back to Lazarus, they're going to kill him. So the disciples tried to stop Jesus. Don't go, don't go. And then Jesus said, no, we're going. We need to go to the family, support him in this difficult time. And this is when Thomas made this statement. So he wasn't brave. He was saying, I think we're going to die. I think they're going to kill us. Let's just go with Jesus and get it over with. So he's in a very negative state. He's in a wavering time in his life. It's not really moving towards faith. He's actually moving towards unbelief. And we see him in the second time where he speaks in John 14, verse 5. Thomas said, Master, we have no idea where you're going. How do you expect us to know the road? Jesus is talking about his own death and resurrection. He's talking about him being the way, the truth, the life. And he just interrupts Jesus with this question, where are you going? We don't even know where you're going, the road that you're going to travel on. And slowly but surely, Thomas is actually moving towards unbelief because of the way he thinks about Jesus. Thomas, the train engine, he said, I think I can. And then he realized, I can. But this Thomas is saying, I think we can't, and I can't. The third time we see John is when Jesus appeared to the disciples, and Thomas wasn't there. Thomas didn't experience Jesus is alive. So when the disciples told Thomas that he's alive, Thomas said, no. He said, unless I see the nail holes in his hands, put my finger in the nail holes and stick my hands in his side, I won't believe it. So we see somebody that's wavering in his faith go to a place of unbelief. You see, in this time and age, we see a lot of people move from this place of unbelief, of neutrality, towards unbelief. We also see people moving to faith, but I see and I read a lot of people that's moving towards the other side. But what's great about Thomas and Jesus, we read here in John 20, 27 to 28, Jesus comes again to the disciples and Thomas is there. Then Jesus, he focused his attention on Thomas and he said to Thomas, take your finger and examine my hands. Take your hand and stick it in my side. Don't be unbelieving, believe. And Thomas said, my Master, my God. See, I just really love Jesus. You see, even if you are in this state of neutrality or wavering, not sure, or even if you're in unbelief, you say, I don't care. He's still ready to meet you there. He still wants to meet you there. He still wants to go to that place and say, Thomas, come my friend, come my brother, I love you, I am with you. See, we ask the question, does he really hold the world in his hands? And yes, he does. The answer is yes, he does. But we just need to focus on this answer where Thomas tells Jesus, you're my Master and you're my God. And that's where we need to focus. We need to be like Thomas, the little train engine. And we need to say, when we're wavering, when we're in a difficult situation, all we can need to say is, my Master, my God, my Master, my God. And slowly but surely, God will move us towards faith. He will move us again towards a place where we can say, yes, yes, I believe. Yes, I trust. I have a picture here. This is Thomas, and he's touching the hand of Jesus. You see, Thomas, the amazing story is that Thomas died as a martyr in India. He was the first missionary to India. He took the gospel to India. He took the faith to India. This wavering guy, this guy that walked with Jesus and said, I think we're not going to make it, went to India with a faith and a boldness. Yes, he's my God. Yes, he's my Master. And I want to ask you, in your small groups, to just talk about this. How can we, and I find myself there as well. How can I move from this middle space, this gray space, this wavering space to believe? What can I do to move towards a place where I also can say, like Thomas, my Master, my God, thank you.